the bottom of our heart. If you could consider releasing raw eggs by giving them all of them water.
Mark, what are we seeing? Stand here so I've got the slaughterhouse truck in the background.
Well, there was an accident today on a vigil. It's kind of obvious. Truck was pulling in from the same outside lane that was being used the day Regan was killed. It's not illegal, from what I've learned, for a truck, any vehicle of that size, to be using the outside lane to turn.
You know what? Talk about the pigs. I know you're talking really calmly, but we've got screaming pigs behind us.
True.
We have screaming pigs in us. I know. But you know what? We have screaming pigs behind us, and I'm here.
Trucks full of water.
And I'm here with Mark Powell, who is Regan's partner.
Right. The accident happened, and the truck is stagnant, and we have a fire truck that's a pump that's got a tank of water in it.
Exactly. And we've asked them.
There's no reason they couldn't just spray lightly into the truck and.
I know. And I said to them, you can ignore whatever the slaughterhouse tells you and just do what is right. Do the compassionate thing.
Really just screams of corporate control over this police department, this fire department even.
And Mark, as Regan's partner, you were standing basically where she was when this happened years back.
Yeah. 6 years and 6 months. And in a few weeks, it's 6 years. And it's a thought after such a tragedy.
Right.
Also showing how when something like this happens, it's not just the victim who was maybe driving a car or Regan standing in her crosswalk. There are multiple victims waiting for some relief right now, as they were the day Regan was killed.
Exactly.
They didn't give those pigs any relief that day. And
exactly.
6 years later, they're choosing to.
Exactly. So I'm going to turn this around. My battery is kind of low at the moment. Yeah. So we're standing at the site where Regan was killed years back. I'm here with Mark Powell. And there's a truck behind us full of screaming pigs who are going to die anyway. You know, they're either going to die of heat stroke inside that slaughterhouse truck, which is currently disabled, or they're going to die in a few minutes inside a gas chamber inside the slaughterhouse truck.
So they're paying more attention to the vehicles that were damaged and getting a tow truck here for them than they are for the animals that are trapped inside.
I called 911, and of course their concern is about the humans. Yeah. I kept on saying to the lady on 911, are you hearing me? There's a truck full of pigs here who are screaming too. And all their concern is about the humans. And honestly, when Regan was killed, they didn't do F all. They didn't arrest the driver. They didn't give them a breathalyzer test.
No, even for the
driver is right there watching us as we're chatting now.
Even for the driver's benefit, to eliminate any suspicions or doubt. Those tests could have been done 6 years ago to Regan's driver as today.
It's going to be pretty taut the line, just for everyone's safety. Just to move to the other side if you don't mind for there right now.
Okay, we're going to move this tow truck's coming.
Here, you can go onto the tape just to get on the side. Okay.
Let's turn this around.
Here, I'll walk with you. Let's walk on to the other side of the mixture. You just go straight over. Yeah, and just get a straight line. Underneath the.
Can you maybe stop eating animals from this?
It's funny, they could.
So the scene, we actually were at the scene. I was standing right here, a massive crash behind us. We look back, and again, it's dangerous driving from a truck full of pigs, no regard for safety, no regard for human safety, no regard for animal safety. And what are we seeing? We're seeing right now a truck full of pigs screaming. Can you hear them? We've been here for an hour now. And right now it's a boiling hot day here in Canada. We're in Burlington, outside Toronto. It's devastating. It's absolutely devastating. So this truck went right into a car behind me. Massively loud crash. Airbag deployed. Absolutely devastating. Thank you. Thank you for joining here. So awful. We were here already having a special vigil for the pigs. And we were just hearing James Strecker read out a poem, Regan. And then just as soon as he finished reading out the poem, massive crash behind us. And of course, the pigs.
Yeah, that's not a
You can see the damage
on state. Obviously,
to the truck at the front.
it's like it's ego.
They're going to try and pull that away. They might have separated the truck. The driver of the car is down there talking to the police. We already asked the firemen, please consider the animals. And I said to the firemen, honestly, just ignore what that fucking slaughterhouse tells you. Why don't you just have some basic decency and give some water to the pigs? Their truck is full of water. They could easily spray them, and then they might save them from dying of heat stroke. I also asked the question, philosophically, what would be better? The pigs are either going to die here of heat stroke, or in a few minutes, they're going to be loaded inside this slaughterhouse right in front of me, and they're going to get lowered into a gas chamber, and then they're going to die anyway. What's the better death? It's absolutely infuriating what goes on here when there's a crash. We've seen it all the time. We see crashes on the road with trucks full of animals. The animals are splayed out on the road and they're just gathered up and put into a slaughterhouse again. I'm just live on YouTube, Anita. I mean, this is so typical, isn't it, what we're seeing? No regard for the animals inside the truck.
Right. I mean, we're here today, like we just did a vigil, and when in Mexico City, when they had a transport rollover, they saved 73 pigs going to 4 sanctuaries. Now, these pigs are sitting here in the hot sun. There's a flat tire there. It's going to take a long time. Nobody checked in on them. There was an ambulance that arrived, checked in on the driver, but who's checking in on the pigs?
Exactly.
And the ag law says in Ontario says don't give water to the pigs and don't touch them. So our laws are all wrong. The Conservative government introduced that law. That's so wrong. So we don't even come equipped with water. We could have had water.
Yeah.
Started giving it to them right away.
Yeah, exactly.
But that rule is wrong. When I was 13, you gave me water. That's like a golden rule. That's in Matthew's chapter 25. It's been known for thousands of years. So we're just behind in Burlington at Fielman's Incorporated, owned by Safina, owned by a billionaire.
And this is exactly where Regan was killed.
Across the street and the same situation where the transport truck driver carrying the pigs zoomed in from the second lane.
Yeah, exactly.
And if there had been a person crossing, I mean, and it went so fast, and we witnessed it happening.
And we have footage of that, don't we? We have footage. Yeah.
Yeah, took footage of.
Yeah.
He has it, which we will post.
Yes. So you know what? We were here with our signs. And what does it say? I want to live just as much as she does. So again, we're here at a road crash where a red car was hit by a slaughterhouse truck. And you can hear the screams of the pigs inside. Absolutely devastating.
Yeah, I got just to.
So please share this video. Spread the word about what happens when animals are in an accident. When animals, this is the driver of the car taking a picture of us. I took care of him. I called 911 and he was angry about us being here. Can you believe it? People get angry about us. I mean, I was swore at today when we were doing the vigil for the pigs. People were swearing at us. They get angry at people who are showing some compassion to pigs, to any animals. And it's bloody annoying. It's bloody annoying. So you can see behind me if you're just joining. There's a fire truck in front. There's ambulance. There's police here. And what's their main concern? Moving the truck into the slaughterhouse again and then killing the pigs. It's absolutely devastating to even consider. I'm going to turn around. And we were here already with the Save movement. We were holding a vigil for the pigs. And if you want to see footage, I think you've uploaded it already.
I did. I gave it to Peter.
And did you load it up yourself? No?
Yeah, I loaded it up.
So what's your social media?
Oh, Dream Joyce on Instagram. And
Do you want to spell that?
oh, sorry. GEREEN Joyce, JOYCE. That's on Instagram. And then on Facebook, it's Gerber Jareen Anderson.
So you can actually see footage of the crash online. And my battery, unfortunately, is not really going to last too much longer. And what you're seeing here is a slaughterhouse truck. It's been disabled by a crash. Again, going too fast, dangerous driving, no consideration for the pigs inside. This is the car that crashed into him. And then full of pigs, full of screaming pigs. And the tow truck is right here. And here's Mark,
Yeah, absolutely.
Regan's partner, who's still fighting for justice. You are still fighting for justice.
We've recently had a couple of good moments in all of that where we won a couple of things, but it's
I
a
think-
back and forth game of justice, and it's
And I
gonna
think-
take time.
People should check out the Toronto Star. You've got a big investigative reporter doing
Yes.
doing
It's,
articles.
Right, the Toronto Star, November the 4th, 2023, 6 months after the driver was, given his sentence. The Toronto Star did an expose for us about what happened to Regan. It's narrated very well, and
And it shows the deceit of the drivers, doesn't it? They're making 911 calls saying that they feel unsafe. And they basically rehearse that between themselves.
Right.
It's absolutely disgraceful.
it is. I mean, I'm torn sometimes between justice for Regan and justice for the pigs that are being hauled here every day, and the ones that are, the animals getting slaughtered, from big cows to justice for Regan.
I think it's the same thing. Mark. Same.
Regan, and it's the same
Yeah,
thing in the
The
end.
same thing in the end.
We highlight the truth of what happened that day and how we got there through Bill 156. It all trickles back to the
Exactly. Because Regan was here for Bill 156. It had just been passed.
I'm working,
No, I'm Regan Russell's husband, Mark.
Okay, sorry to hear. Sorry to hear. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna leave them two to chat.
You heard this.
I heard about the accident.
Yeah.
And Jenny said, yeah.
Oh my God.
Are you? Yes.
I'm sure there's going to be more deaths here today. There's going to be more death here today. But it's going to be the individuals behind me in this truck who are going to be dying of shock and dying of heat stroke. But honestly, is that a better death? Because otherwise they'll die in a few minutes anyway, being lowered into a gas chamber.
Yeah.
This might be a learning moment
And in English, English.
for all the authorities who are here, for the police, for the fire.
So we can talk like do them. Right.
Can you give them some water? You can just ignore what the management tell you. Even the fire authority are taking seriously what they're being told by the slaughterhouse. Don't give them any water. They had clear instructions not to give them any water. And why the hell would they listen to a business that kills animals for profit, that doesn't give a frigging fly about the animals in the truck? Why would they listen to them? Why would they not just do the right thing and just give them some relief from their suffering?
I would say like are actually where as the peaks behind the month are being the hot.
Yes, if anybody could speak for Regan, I'd say it's me. Devastating, you're saying, are vehicles that are dead. Not the animals that are suffering. Yes, they would stop.
Can you see? Please, guys. People are filming. I know, but
I feel large corporation influence on the city, firefighters, police department, nuance.